Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight. Headlines, we have the consultation meeting on the welfare of the Djiboutian population at the presidency. The Livestock Export Promotion Forum at Kempinski Palace. For the international scene, Canada fire ravaged British Columbia fears further spread. Welcome to our newsroom. The message of congratulations from the President of the Republic to his American counterpart, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, sent this Sunday a congratulatory message to his American counterpart, Mr. Joe Biden, on the occasion of the celebration of the National Day of the United States of America. The people and government of Djibouti join me in expressing their sympathy and friendship to the American nation, the head of state wrote in substances. Our country welcomes the privileged ties of cooperation it enjoys with the U.S. In almost all areas of development, he then noted. He also took advantage of the telegram to express his attachment to the strategic partnership linking the two nations in the sensitive area of defense and security. Before reiterating his wishes for success and achievement to President Joe Biden and those of greater prosperity and fulfillment to the friendly American people. The President of the Republic convenes a meeting dedicated to improving the services offered by our city. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, led today Sunday at the Palace of the Republic an important meeting on ways and means to strengthen the ability of our city to match the virtues of an efficient capital in line with all the attributes of a modern city pleasant to live. The holding of this meeting, which was attended by all officials at the head of the ministerial department and services involved in issues related to the city, is in line with the recent creations of Djibouti Ministry devoted to city issues. The audience served as a framework for identifying measures to strengthen the level of services provided to our fellow citizens living in our various neighborhoods, particularly in the suburb of Balbala. The exchange is quickly focused on the mechanisms to be ratified in order to quickly obtain, especially in the summer period, the efficient result in terms of greater accessibility to public facility, improvement of road infrastructure, and integrated urbanization. This meeting also highlighted the cross-cutting natures of the city's problem and consequences, the need for all Djibouti's departments and services working in this file to subscribe to more sustained collaborations and coordination. Instructions have already been issued for greater state to support for low-income households in terms of sanitation facilities, which are conducive to the fight against insalubrity. The Prime Minister Abdulkader Kamil Mohammed, the Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, the Minister of Budget, the Minister of City, Urbanism, Housing, and the Minister of Agriculture, Water, Fishery, Livestock, and the Minister of Energy took part in this event. In addition to the Secretary General of the Presidency, the Prefect of Djibouti, the respective directors of EDD, ONIAD, IDR also took part in this meeting. For his part, the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, said with a serious Cartesian approach, specified the necessity and urgency of finding solutions to these many multifaceted challenges. The holding of this meeting, which was attended by all officials, in line with the recent creations, the audience served as a framework for identifying measures to strengthen the level of services provided to our fellow citizens living in our various neighborhoods. The exchange is quickly focused on the mechanism to be ratified in order to quickly obtain, especially in this summer period, efficiency result in terms of greater accessibility to public facility, improvement of infrastructure, and integrated urbanization. The Prime Minister Abdelkader Kamil Mohammed received on a courtesy visit the Minister of Culture Tourism, Dr. Hirut Kasso, and the Secretary of State for Culture of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. The minister was introduced to the Prime Minister by the Minister of Culture, Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowe, the Minister of Commerce, Mohammed Warsama Diriye, the Director of the National Office of Tourism, Mr. Osman Abdi Mohammed, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Commerce, the Ambassador of Ethiopia to Djibouti, took part in this event. The Minister of Culture Tourism of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Dr. Hirut Kasso, thanked the Prime Minister for the warm welcome and extended to her and the accompanying delegations. She said that the first Djibouti Ethiopian Cultural Festival was a great success. The UNICEF representative in Djibouti, Melva Johnson, was received by the Minister of Justice and Penitentiary Affairs, Ali Hassan Bahdon. The visit was a courtesy call to congratulate the minister on his reappointment as a head of the Justice Department. She recalled the collaboration that exists between the Department of Justice and UNICEF in the area of child protection. The representative was accompanied by two of her collaborators. The discussions focused on the International Convention on the Right of the Child and its implementation in Djibouti. She spoke about the partnership between the Ministry of Justice and UNICEF on the protection of children's rights. The first conference on the promotion of livestock exports between the Republic of Djibouti and the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia opened early this morning at Campus Key Hotel. This first of its kind conference served as a platform for exchange between senior officials of the Dorale multipurpose port, in this case the general manager of the PDSA, Jama Ibrahim Dara, the advisor to the president of the authority, Muhammad Adam Waberi, known as John, and the commercial director of TMP, Habban Abdurrahman Sher, who all shed light on the issue of livestock and exports and the modern infrastructure composed of the new livestock port. This terminal also includes various structures suitable for the exports of sheep, cattle, goats, and camels. The purpose of this meeting was to inevitably strengthen the two economies, thus contributing to the strengthening of relations.
Also very much well known in livestock resources. Number one in terms of livestock population, number one in Africa, and number 7 in the world. Even though we are very much rich in this livestock sector, but both Ethiopia and Djibouti are not beneficial from this livestock sector because of so many reasons. Today, this type of forums will be a crucial time to discuss how we can maximize the benefit of the livestock sector, especially between the two countries.
Livestock is the integral part of agriculture and significantly contributing in food and nutritional security, job creation, and means of domestic and foreign income. It is mentioned so many times that Ethiopia stands first in Africa in its livestock population and 7 in the world, with about 60 million heads of cattle, 55 million sheep and goats, and 5 million camel. This huge resource is blamed to be underutilized, especially from the export of livestock, live animals, and export of animal products, including red meat.
Now listen to the technical advisor to the Port Authority, Mr. Muhammad Adam Waberi, known as John.
This forum is intended to promote and showcase all the new favorable conditions that Djibouti has implemented in order to simplify and speed up the process of exporting livestock. Some of the streamlining measures Djibouti has undertaken are that the animals will directly be transported to the new inaugurated terminal via railway, which will be within 15 meters of the birds, and the whole process till shipment will only take 24 hours. that will reduce unnecessary harm to the animals due to the extended stay.
The livestock sector supports the livelihood of 80% of farmers and pastoralists in Ethiopia and generate almost 90% of the country's foreign exchange earnings. Ethiopia's geographical location is close to that of the Middle East, which provides an opportunity to make the most of these resources. It is crucial to note that Djibouti serves as an important hub to the livestock export market.
For his part, the Minister of Agriculture, Mohammed Ahmed Awale, said in his speech it should be recalled that Ethiopia has the largest stock of livestock in Africa. He said the potential of the livestock industry to potentially reduce food and nutrition insecurity, poverty, and radically increase the volume of exports. The Minister of Equipment and Infrastructure, His Excellency Hassan Humad Arbahim, accompanied by Mr. Mohammed Abdullah Mohammed and Ainanshi Saeed Shire, Executive of the Civil Aviation Authority of Djibouti, took part in the 26th General Assembly of the Arab Civil Aviation Organization on the 1st and 2 July 2021 in Rabat, Kingdom of Morocco. The discussions during this 26th General Assembly focused, among others, on the reports of the activity of the ACAO, the technical recommendations issued by the ACAO at the regional level, and the elections of the member country to the 9 seats of the Executive Committee of the ACAO. On the sidelines of the Assembly, His Excellency Hassan Humad Arbahim, accompanied by our ambassador to the Kingdom of Morocco, Ibrahim Biledou Ale, and met with his Moroccan counterpart, Ms. Nadia Fatah Alawi, Minister of Tourism, Handicraft, Air Transport and Social Economy. During this meeting, the two ministers exchanged views on ways and means to strengthen technical cooperation in the field of air transport. The Minister of Communication, Radwan Abdullahi Bahdon, has received this morning the Ambassador of the European Union to IGAD in Djibouti, Mr. Aidan O'Hara, for a working visit in his office. The discussion is focused on strengthening cooperation between Djibouti and European Union, particularly in the field of communication, especially in supporting the establishment of network coverage throughout the national territory. The EU Ambassador Aidan O'Hara informed the Minister of the EU's policy on support for the communication development project and support for the strengthening of the network coverage outside the EU. The Minister thanked the Ambassador for his support. The Minister thanked the Ambassador for the European Union's support for the development project in Djibouti, particularly in the field of telecommunication. A Ministry of Health COVID-19 vaccination team was at the Ministry of Communication this morning to distribute doses of vaccines to ministry officials and staff. In total, several dozen people received their dose of COVID-19 vaccines. The Minister of Communication, Radwan Abdullahi Bahdon, also received his dose of vaccines after preliminary consultations. The Minister of Communication urged all staffs of his department as well as the institutions attached to his ministry to be vaccinated as soon as possible. Vaccination is currently the only solution to protect against this pandemic. The vaccination team against COVID-19 will stay for 2 days to vaccinate the maximum number of staff of the Ministry of Communication. As part of the surveillance territorial waters, the French Navy regularly carried out maritime patrols in close coordination with the Djibouti Navy's Operations Center of the Marine Station. The latter is composed of several surveillance radar stations which detects all vessels within a radius of 13 kilometers. On the evening of 3 July, two small patrol boats boarded 5 fishing dhows with Yemeni fishermen on board. Depending on the season, the most nutritious fish move to the sea country. current, which pushes all the fishermen in the region to pursue them without observing the limit of the territorial waters of each country. On board these 5 dhows are 18 fishermen of Yemeni nationality in cooperation with local fishermen. It should be noted that the National Navy works closely with the Djiboutian Coast Guard so that there is no interference in the specific missions of each. Once detected, the Navy intercept, and once the internal investigation is completed, the fishermen and equipment are handed over directly to the Coast Guard for further legal proceedings. For the international scene, in Canada, fire ravaged British Columbia fears more fires. Western Canada is already evacuations. 175 fires have been recorded so far, including 17 new ones in the last 24 hours alone. Emergency services fears that more fires will start this weekend. Most of the fires are concentrated in the northeast of Vancouver. About 50 are considered out of control. The website of the British Columbia Authority leaves no doubt about the origin of these fires. The very violent storms of the last few days. The region has been struck by lightning hundreds of thousands of times, for far more than in normal times. Meteorologists say even though the area only needs a spark to ignite. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.